welcome back to SM Hive. And today video is little different from what we usually do. So no formula today, no calculations, no whiteboard problem to solve. Today I want to take a step back and talk about something a lot of you have been asking me. Okay, maybe in face-to-face conversation, and again the same question keeps coming up. And the question is supply chain actually a good career? What jobs can I even get with this degree? Is this industry going to grow or is it going to shrink because of automation? So today, no theory, no numbers on the board, just a proper honest conversation about the supply chain industry, where it stands today, where it's headed, and what actually means for you. So let's get into it. I'm talking about what is the supply chain industry. Let's start very simple. When people hear supply chain, they usually picture a truck driving on a highway or maybe a warehouse full of boxes. That is a part of it. But honestly, that is very simple part of it. So, the chain of the supply chain industry is from raw material to manufacturer, okay, from manufacturer to warehouse, and then from warehouse to distributors, and then from distributors to retailer, and then you means customer. So supply chain is literally everything that happens along this line. Think about the phone in your pocket right now. Someone had to source the raw material, okay, someone had to plan how many phones to manufacture, okay, this month. Someone had to figure out how to ship those parts from 3 or 4 different countries and get them to one factory at the right time. So someone had to decide which warehouses those finished goods or finished phones goes to. Someone had to plan the delivery to the store or straight to your door. And every single one of these decisions, that is supply chain. It is not one job at all. It is not even one department. It is basically the invisible system that makes modern life work. So here is a way to think about it that always help people to understand. Next time you are in a supermarket, just stop for a second and look around you. Every single product on every single shelf, someone forecasted how much of it to make. Someone bought the raw material, someone planned the transportation, someone stocked that shelf at exactly the right time. So it did not run out and did not sit there wasting space either. So if even one of those steps goes wrong, you notice immediately. The shelf is empty, or the price shoots up, or your online order shows delayed. That is supply chain, touching your life directly every single day, whether you realize it or not. Next question is, why this industry is growing so fast? Let's talk about scope. Is this industry actually growing, or I'm just saying that because I run a supply chain channel? Let me prove it to you instead of just telling you. So put out your phone for a second. Actually think about the last thing you order online. You can check. That one order you placed last week, someone had to make sure that item was sitting in a warehouse nearby you, not a warehouse 3 countries away. 10 years ago, the job barely existed at this scale. Today, it is one of the fastest growing corners of this entire industry. That is a reason number 1, and you did not even noticing it is happening, okay? If I will say the e-commerce industry, okay, is more orders and then more planners they need, of course, obviously, right? And then now zoom out a little further. That same item you order, it probably was not even made in your country even. So part of it came from one country, it was assembled in another, and it landed in your hands through a route involving customs. I will write here. Second thing is tariffs, okay, and then shipping rules. Shipping rules, okay, that change more often than you would expect. Someone has to navigate all of that every single day for every single product, which means global trade means global trade, what I mentioned here, need more complexity, okay, and more people, more skilled people need to manage. More skilled people need to manage. So here is the part that really changed everything though. A few years ago, if you remember, the whole world watched the system break in a real time. Ships stuck outside ports, empty shell, factories waiting weeks for a part that should have taken days. Companies got scared, genuinely scared, and they responded the only way businesses know how. They started hiring, they started investing, they built entire teams whose only job is making sure that never happens to them again. I'm talking about the COVID disruptions in this case. Okay, COVID disruptions means that time companies got the wake up call. I will mention here wake up call, and then their supply chain failed, teams grew. And here is the last piece, the one most people completely miss. This is not a manufacturing thing, it is not a logistics company only thing. Fashion brand needed, hospital needed, someone has to make sure a life-saving medicine is actually on the shelf when it's needed, when it's required. Even the coffee shop nearby your house needs someone thinking about their supply chain, right? Even if they would never call it that. So, if we can write here, means every industry, okay, they need supply chain people they need, and then your skills travels with you. Okay, so put all of four those together: e-commerce, global trade, the post-COVID disruptions, COVID wake-up call, and the fact that literally every industry needs this. And you get an industry that is not just surviving, it is expanding in almost every direction at once. Simple way to remember, if a product exists, it needed a supply chain to reach you. As long as the world keeps making and moving things, that this industry keep growing. Now, the main part of today's video, roles you can actually target or apply for. Okay, that is the main part. I know most of you are really here for. What jobs can you actually apply for with a supply chain background? I am not just going to read out job titles at you, one line on what they do, one quick example so it actually sticks. Let's go. The first major role is demand, not major, it is a part of supply chain as a role, demand planner. Demand planner, the person who is deciding how much stock to make or buy next month. Think about it. Every time a shelf is not empty during a festival sale, a demand planner already saw that spike coming weeks earlier. Second important role is procurement analyst. Okay, procurement analysis. The role is about person who decides who the company buys from and negotiates the price. If a company saves 5% on every raw material it buys, that's not a luck, that's a procurement analysis doing their job very well. The third, if I'll talk about inventory analysis, you can say. Okay. So these people who is basically keeping the right stock in the right place, not too much and not too little. Remember our news vendor video? That entire problem, Mr. Tan, John Pizza, the pizza, that is this job. Just with real inventory instead of a whiteboard example. Okay? Keep that, watch that video, maybe you will understand why inventory analysis role is important when it's about the product, is it at the right place, with the right person at the right time. Next is logistics coordinator. Logistics coordinator. These people plans how goods physically move, which route, which truck, which mode of the transportation, is it ship, is it by road, is it by flight. Every time your delivery arrives a day early instead of a week late. Someone in this role planned that route better than the competitor did. Okay. Next, if I will talk about production planner. Production planner. These people, they works inside the factory, decide what gets made, in what order, in which quantity and when. get this wrong and a factory either sits idle or rushes and burns money. Get it right and nobody outside the factory ever even notice. The next step I will talk supply chain analysis. Okay, so it's about if the person is a data person, finds where the whole chain is leaking money or time and tells leadership exactly where to fix it. Think less warehouse and more dashboards. Next is returns and reverse logistics specialists. Returns and reverse logistics specialist. So this person handles everything after you hit return item on an online order. Someone has to get that product back, check it and decide, resell it, repair it or write it off. This role barely existed before e-commerce exploded. The next step I will write here. The next I will talk vendor and supplier quality manager. Supplier quality manager. So it makes sure suppliers actually deliver what they promised on time with right quality. One bad batch of raw material can shut down an entire production line for weeks. So this person's job is making sure that phone call never has to happen. The next is supply chain manager. It is a leadership track, okay? Supply chain manager. This role, most of these parts eventually lead to. Pulls demand, procurement, inventory and logistics together into one plan. This is usually where a few years of experience across other roles lands you. So you can consider this role as a leadership role. And here is the most important part. These are not separate and disconnected careers. Most people move through 2 or 3 of these across their career, okay? Start in inventory, move into demand planning, and few years later, you are the one managing the whole team. So the skills overlap. That actually one of the best part of this field, as per my understanding. Now, I know a lot of you want me to talk about numbers, like what are the actually salary figures. Honestly, I'm not going to do that in this video. And let me tell you exactly why. Salaries depends upon, it's so heavily on your country, your city, and the specific company, of course, and your experience level, even this industry, even the industry you are in. But here is what I can tell you honestly. Supply chain is one of those fields where skilled professionals are always in demand, okay? Companies are actively expanding their supply chain teams right now across almost every industry. And when demand for a skill set is high, compensation tends to reflect that. So instead of me giving you one random number that might not even apply to your city maybe, so go and check it yourself, search live job openings on LinkedIn or Indeed or any of the job portal related to supply chain in your own city. And that will show you real number from real companies and who are the hiring right now. Now, I will talk about skills that actually get you hired. Okay, let be very practical. What should you actually be building right now while you are still studying to make yourself hireable? Okay, here is the technical skills I will mention, and the next is people skills, because both is required, correct? In technical skills, I will definitely recommend Excel, which is the most important. And second, I will consider as a forecasting concepts. Third technical skill is basic data analysis. You should have to understand what data is saying. The next is ERP system. You can consider as a SAP or Oracle, it's depend. Next, fifth, I can consider understanding KPIs and KRAs. What exactly you are doing and how you need to build yourself as per the requirement. Reading dashboards, so it will help you to understand data and you can easily analyze what you need to recommend as a solution. 7, if I will consider inventory and demand match, you need to understand very, you need to be very calculative at the time of calculating or at the time of finding the exact number regarding the inventory. Okay. And the 8th technical skill, if I will consider Power BI, which is related to data visualization. Okay. And the 9th, if I will consider basic SQL, it is you can consider as a real bonus for you when you will apply for a job. Okay. And the 10th last skill, if I can consider process mapping, like it's related to how you can map the process. It is also kind of technical skill. In communication and basic people, or you can consider people skill. So first I will consider communication, because Of course, you need to communicate a different department. Negotiation skills. It will help the person who wants to become in the part of procurement and purchasing. Third is problem solving, very basic. And the fourth is working under pressure. Okay. Fifth, I will consider it. Cross team collaboration means you need to be very good in teamwork. Okay, cross team collaboration. Sixth, if I will consider decision making. Okay, you need to be very quick and responsive. Attention to detail means it is related to analysis. The next is adaptability. Okay, and the next is stakeholder management. It is related to supplier management. Okay, and 10th, the last is time management. So these are some technicals and personal skills. Okay, you need to prepare yourself while studying. So when you will go for the interview, you will be at least aware, okay, what I'm talking and how you can show in the interview as your plus point. And I want to be honest with you about something. Every single semester, students ask if they need to learn some advanced software or a specific certification before they can even apply for a job. So here is the truth. Excellent Power BI, which is a technical skill, if you are genuinely good at it, it will carry a very far this industry. It will carry a very heavy weightage. Most planning, most analysis, a huge amount of real day-to-day supply chain work still happen in the Excel. After that, if you want to stand out, learning the basic of an ERP system like SAP, it gives you a real advantage because that is what most companies actually use internally. And if you can also read the dashboard properly, understand basic SQL or map out a process on a whiteboard, you are already ahead of most fresh graduates. Now let's talk about the people skills. Most students ignore this part and then struggle once they get the job. I'm talking about the people skills. It is very basic to understand. A supply chain professional talks to supplier, correct? They are talking with warehouse team also. Talks to sales, talk to finance team, all in the same week. If things go wrong many times in this field, actually things are going wrong many times. So a shipment get delayed, 3 people call you at once. You need to think fast, right? You need to be very calm also at the same time and give a better decision, make a better decision. If you can communicate well, manage your time and stay calm under the pressure, you will stand out immediately. Now, the next point is, where is the industry headed? Last big question, what about the future? A lot of students worry that automation and AI are going to replace supply chain jobs. I want to give you my honest take on this, not just a comfortable answer. Okay? Automation won't replace supply chain people and it will change what they spend time on. Yes, technology is automating a lot of the repetitive work like basic data entry, simple tracking, routine reporting, a lot that is already being automated. But someone still has to interrupt what the data means. Someone still has to make the judgment call when a system flags a problem. Someone still has to manage the relationship when supplier lets you down. And someone still has to decide strategy when the unexpected happens, okay, in supply chain. The unexpected happens constantly, okay. So instead of thinking, will I be replaced? I would encourage you to think, how do I become the person who uses these new tools better than everyone else? I'm telling again, instead of thinking, will I be replaced? I'll encourage you to think, how do I become the person who uses these new tools better than everyone else? And that mindset is what actually future-proofs your career here. Get comfortable with the data and technology early. The student who understands both the supply chain concepts and how to work alongside AI tools will have the strongest advantage in the next 10 years. So let me pull everything for you in one screenshot, what we studied today, what we understood today. So the first is, what is supply chain? We discuss. Okay, means everything between raw material and the customer. It's coming, sourcing, planning, manufacturing, moving, and storing and delivering. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 components, and the major thing is in the supply chain. Second, we'll look out that this industry is growing because of e-commerce, okay, because of global trade, because of post-COVID awareness, yeah, okay, and the demand across every sector. Okay, the third main, we discuss about the roles like demand planner, procurement analysis, inventory analysis, logistics coordinator, operations planner, and supply chain analysis. Then we discuss about the compensation. Okay, varies. I mentioned varies. It's varies upon the country and the company. And I will recommend research live listings in your own city for a real number. And the next we discuss about the skills, technical and people skills like build Excel skills first and then ERP and the basic people skills. And the last we discuss about the automation and AI. Okay, like it will not remove supply chain jobs, but it will change what the job focuses on, the way. So, is supply chain a good career? Based on everything we just walked through, yes, and genuinely yes. It is growing, it touches every industry, and it gives you a room to move between very different kind of roles without starting your career over from scratch. But knowing this is a good career is only step one. The next question is, how do you actually get hired into one of these roles? And that is exactly what we are going to cover next. When I start a brand new series here on the channel, walking you through real interview question, how they're actually asked and how to answer them in the right way. So if today's video helped you to see this industry a little more clearly, in my next video, I'm starting a brand new series right here on SCM Hive, interview preparation for supply chain. I will walk you through the exact kind of questions company will generally asking and looking for the real answers in the real supply chain interviews and exactly how to answer them. So if you want to be fully ready when your interview days comes, make sure you are subscribed. Hit that like button. It generally helps this video reach more students like you. Drop a comment and tell me which of these roles sounds most interesting to you. I read every single comment and I would love to know. And if you are new here, subscribe to my SCM Hive. We break down simple supply chain concepts in a very easy way possible, completely free every single week, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.